right, welcome in, guys. This is an explanation on what Kaizo Ironmon is, the Pokemon Challenge, and how to watch one of the streams for Kaizo Ironmon, where you just step in and you know exactly what's going on. Now, a couple things to go over with the challenge is that the first thing is that we're beating the game with one Pokemon. That's it. So you can see the Pokemon in the upper left corner. I'll explain exactly all of these numbers in the tracker as well, so when you see it live, you know exactly what they mean. And everything's randomized too. So you see this Crobat, it knows Silverwind, doesn't normally learn Silverwind, right? Or the stat distribution's always random too. There's a whole bunch of restrictions. I'm not going to go over all of them since they're really, there's a lot. And, well, maybe that's another explanation video if you guys want that. But basically, let me show you how to read the tracker, right? Since everything is randomized. This thing has everything you need to know about a current run. For example, we have a Crobat. The Crobat is poison flying type. Poison flying type, that's all you need to know about it, right? It has 86 HP. It's currently level 11. Additionally, it has the ability Thick Fat. Now, you might not know what the abilities are. They're very easily Googleable. Just Google, Thick Fat Pokemon. Maybe don't Google that one. But, like, ability probably next to it. This one, in case you're curious, the damage received from ice or fire type moves is halved. Additionally, you can see the stats of the Pokemon. Now, the first thing that you want to view is the BST, the base stat total. The way I like to put this is that it has 535 points to distribute among the lesser stats like HP, attack, defense, special attack, and special defense, and speed. That's what a base stat total is. So in Kaizo Ironmon, a Charmander always has less base stat total than that of a Charizard. So a Charizard is always better than that of a Charmander. So if you see a Pokemon that's really powerful, like an Articuno or a Mewtwo, it's like those are always going to be much more powerful than that of like a Squirtle or a Wurmple. So our goal for Kaizo Ironmon is normally we want to catch a Pokemon that has a high base stat total because that means it has more points to distribute and like pass out among its other stats. So for example, a Crobat will have more points in attack on average or defense or special attack, etc., than that of a Caterpie, which won't have as much. It's like a swimming pool, right? The Crobat has an Olympic-sized swimming pool for all of its stats, and the Bulbasaur has a little puddle that you see on the side of the road. So that's base stat total right here. HP is obviously the amount of HP you have. Attack is physical attacks. Special attack is special attacks. I'll get to that in a second. Then you get defense and special defense. And then you get speed, right? Speed is a weird one because if you get more points in attack, you just do more damage. But speed is like you either go first if you have higher speed than the opposing Pokemon, or you go second if you have lower speed than the opposing Pokemon. And so there's a thing of too much speed where if this Crobat has 100 speed right here at level 18, that means there's less stats in all of the other categories, and there's a lot of them in speed. And it doesn't really matter because if you have a Pokemon that, let's say this Crobat is going against, let's say it has 100 speed. It's going against a Pokemon that has 4 speed. Well, the Crobat only needs 5 speed to go first. And so the other 95 stats there in speed are useless. They could be for attack or defense or something that would help a little bit better. So you want like a slightly average to faster speed to go first before most Pokemon, but not too much. Otherwise, you're detracting from all the other stats that the Pokemon has. So that's what stat distribution is. You might see that there's a red and a green on the stats. The red indicates this is the nature. So Pokemons have natures. It basically is, in this case, it has a nature that decreases defense and increases special attack slightly over the course of its lifetime. So on average, it'll have around 10% less defense than if it than its normal stats, but it'll have 10% more special attack. So natures will always decrease one stat and increase another stat by around 10%, if I'm correct. There's also neutral natures. So if you see a Pokemon with no color right here, that means there's no increase or decrease whatsoever. The other thing that you might want to notice here. Oh, and let me get into that as well a little bit. So the ideal stat distribution for a Kaizo Ironmon Pokemon is a high base stat total, right? You want that big pool of points. And then you want either a lot of attack or a lot of special attack. You don't want a mix of both. that it's like the best of both worlds. But it's like it's a jack of all trades, but master at none. You want to be the master at one of them, and then you want all of your moves to be either physical attacking moves or special attacking moves, because that means you get so much more. It's the similar thing to speed, where it's like you get so much more in a stat that you're using versus a stat that you're not using. Yeah, that's what that is. This Pokemon specifically, this Crobat, has a lot of attack and not much special attack, which is really good. It's a little slow though. We kind of want more speed on this thing. So the goal of Kaizo Ironmon is you want a lot of attack or not, a lot of attack or a lot of special attack, slightly lower than average defense and special defense. Because once again, you want to pool the stats mainly in your attack stuff. And then you want like slightly higher than average speed, just so you can go first and kill before the other Pokemon does damage to you. And then the ideal defensive distribution is basically defense plus special defense equals your HP stat here. This is not ideal, but it's all right. This special defense is really low. You can see right here the weaknesses that this Crobat has. It's going to die immediately to anything that's ice type, electric, or physical type, or a psychic type. And that's the thing about Generation 3 in Pokemon, is that, and you'll see this, we'll get to the moves in a second. Every single move of a certain type is either physical or special. There's no special physical split in this gen. So, for example, Eruption is a fire type move, and it'll always be special. Every fire type move you see will always be special. And the way that you can see this indication is this circle. This means that the move is a special attack move, and it'll use the special attacking stat when dealing damage. So Eruption, 150 base power, we'll get to this in a second, will go towards special attack. Versus Silver Wind, which is the star, which means it's physical attack, that'll use the physical attack stat. So let's go to this. Heals, 205% HP. 4. What does this mean? This means that we have 4 heals in our bag, 4 items that can heal our Pokemon, and the amount that it can heal our Pokemon is for 205% of our HP. So if we click this, we can see we have a full restore, which is 100% of our HP. It always will heal that much. Fresh water, which is 50 HP, currently about 2/3-ish, and 2 potions, which are 20 HP each, which is about also that. So it's about 205% total HP that I can heal. So it's a little bit over, it's about 170, 180 HP points that I can heal. And I have 4 of them. That's what the heals are. The moves are, okay, well, Crobat learns moves while leveling up. What does this mean? So this means that Crobat will learn 9 moves over its lifetime. So you can see there's 9 moves, and these are each level that it'll learn at. It'll learn 9 moves. It's already currently learned 3 of them. So there's 6 moves left that Crobat is going to learn. You can see right here at 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56. The next move it learns is at level 21. You can see this right here. So moves are a big part of Kaizo Ironmon. You normally want something that has stab, aka same type attack bonus. In Pokemon, you get a 50% attack bonus if the move typing is the same as your Pokemon's type. And so you want something with stab and something that goes along with your stat distribution. So in this case, this Crobat is pretty decent because it has Sludge Bomb Stab. This Sludge Bomb is poison type, and it's attacking. It's an attack, right? It's uses our attack stat, which is really, really high. So we don't really on this Crobat want anything that has special attack. So there you go. So you can see the moves here. Sludge Bomb, the color of the move is the type of the move. So Sludge Bomb is poison type. It's purple. That's how you know. Silver Wind is kind of like a weird green, which means that it's bug type. Eruption is red because it's fire type. You can also see it's circle, so it's special. And then Weather Ball is normal type. You can see all the other... You can pretty much infer, Psychic type is going to be a pink. Flying type is going to be a little bit of a teal blue. Stuff like that. So yeah, you can see PP here. Power points is the amount of times a move can be used during a battle. So Sludge Bomb has 10 PP. Silver Wind has 5. Eruption has 5. Weather Ball has 10. So I can use Weather Ball 10 times. The power is just, the amount of damage it does. You basically take the power. There's a whole damage calculation thing, but essentially more power is better. So we have 90 power on Sludge Bomb, up to 150 on Eruption, which is great. And then you see this, all these 100% or these accuracies. So if I click Sludge Bomb, it'll always hit the opposing Pokemon 100% of the time. There's some that will do like 95%, 80%, etc. Generally, in Kaizo Ironmon, missing a move is just skipping your turn. So you just want to have as many 100% accurate moves as possible. So Sludge Bomb, once again, is really, really good on this Crobat because it has Stab, 50% bonus. It has okay power points. It tends not amazing. Amazing power. With Stab, it's 90, so it goes 135 because 90 plus 45 is 135, and then it's 100% accurate, so it always goes first. And we have a very good attack stat. So yeah, that's kind of how you read the tracker. The other thing here is below, you can see these grayed out things. If you ever see me on a run with a Pokemon that's high level, past the first gym, etc., you'll see some of these that are colored in. These are the badges that we get during the game. If you don't know Pokemon, we have 8 different gym leaders that we have to beat, and then the champion and Elite Four, afterwards. So if you can see, like, there's 8 gym badges. If you see me on the 7th or the 6th or so, wow, he's really far into the run. Right now, we are before Brock, the first gym, so we haven't really done much in this run. There's another thing that you'll probably see, and let me just run into here during a fight, right? So you'll see this. For example, whoa, a lot of things happened. We're against a Celebi right now. You can see that there is there's a couple indicators here, like this sort of green arrow marking. This means that a move is super effective against the opposing Pokemon. So Sludge Bomb, so Eruption in this case, right, is super effective against Celebi's typing, which means super effective does twice the amount of damage. So this Eruption, if I use it right now, does 300 power. That's huge, right? So another thing to add to this, right? If you ever see a power right here that is highlighted in green, that means I get that same type attack bonus. So this is 135 times 2, which is math 70, 270 power. In this case, now you might even be like, oh, you always use Eruption here because this thing has 300 power. This has 270. In Silverwind, this has double quad effective. So it's super effective twice. So it's times 4. I'm doing basic math here. This 60 is 240 base power. So you're like, oh, you should definitely use Eruption because it does 300 base power easy. No, that incorrect actually. This is a special attacking move, right? And we have 27 special attack versus a physical attacking move. We have 59. We have almost double. We actually have over double our special attack in our attack. So I always use Sludge Bomb here because it does the most damage, even though it's not quad effective or it does the most power by the numbers. If you include our stat distribution here, we'll always use something like Sludge Bomb. So this doing 270 base power plus our attack stat should probably always kill, right? Additionally, I want to see if I can do show you guys a fun, not super effective thing. Yeah, okay. So if we look at Volbeat's moves here, right? Volbeat used Mega Horn. This is the notes that I have about the opposing Pokemon. Mega Horn did 7 damage. You can see right here, Mega Horn is a bug type move, uses its physical attack, has 9 PP left from the opposing Pokemon. It's 85% accurate, 120 base power. Because Volbeat is bug type, it does stab, so same type attack bonus. So this thing effectively does 180 damage. But because we see these double downs right here, it's quad weak to us, right? So it's not going to do much damage to us. So this 180 base power divided by 4, I didn't know I'd have to do so much math today, is some number that I don't care to calculate, but it's not that much at all. So we're not really worried about Mega Horn, especially because our defense at 44 is super high. So Mega Horn is a physical attacking move. You can see by this indicator right here. It'll use our defensive stat to calculate how much damage it does to us. Thank God it doesn't use our special defense stat because, well, it's really low. If Volbeat were to use a special attacking move like Eruption, like we have, then it would calculate against our special defense. So you can see the double downs here. A single down is not very effective. It's minus 50%. This is minus 100%. That is, it's like 25, it's like 75% or something. I don't totally know off the top of my head, but it doesn't do much damage. You can also see like this is a new counter. You can see that we've seen one Volbeat ever. This is the first Volbeat we've seen. The trainer that we're facing has 2 Pokemon. We've defeated 1. This is the 2nd Pokemon. And that's how you read it. You can also see the base stat total of a Volbeat, which is 400. We would never run a Pokemon in Kaizo Ironmon that is like less than 450. 465, I think, is like the highest that I would even go. And that's like, I think, a Skarmory with like a steel typing, which is really good. But, you know, something like that. So that's essentially, let me beat this thing really quick. You can see that Eruption is a little bit of a special move. It decreases attack based on, like, its attack increases or decreases based on our HP. Don't worry about that too much. That's why it does only 138 instead of 150 there. But yeah, that's essentially what Kaizo Ironmon is. Hopefully I explained a lot of what the tracker is and stuff. There's probably some niche other things like logs that cover other things, you know, that all this stuff, but you don't really need to know about that too much. All you need to know is that now when you pop into chat for the first time and you're like, I want to watch a Kaizo Ironmon stream, or if you want to watch one of my VODs, then you can know exactly what is going on when I'm like, hey, I don't have that many heals. And so you can look, okay, he has 205% heals, and there's 4 of them. Okay, so he probably wants more. Or like, wow, your moveset is really good right here. That's great. I hope you win. Or, wow, this Crobat doesn't have a lot of speed. It probably should be around like 40 speed right now. Or, you know, you can just look at the stat distribution and stuff. Like, this thing probably has too much HP, for example. You'll get like more of a feel of it the more that you go. Or you can just hop in and be like, wow, I wonder where he's at in the game. You can just look at these gym badges and be like, oh, he's currently before Brock, because there's none that are highlighted, the first gym. Cool. I hope that helps. If we need to make another one of these, that's totally okay. It's a very confusing challenge, so I hope I explained it to at least some of you. Subscribe. Thank you.